Coming to another edition. Holy marbles of XFeed. What's going on? My name's SEILOR. We're trying to wear the NFT merch. I realized that when I went to NFT NYC and Ape Fest, I bought a whole bunch of merch and it's all in bags, hoping that one day it'll be worth bucket loads of money. And I don't think that is the case, at least currently. But if you are into cybercongs and you're looking to pick up some old ancient hoodies from the unique drop, let me know. With that said, welcome to the show. Today, I don't have as many tabs as normal. I love seeing your guys' comments on the YouTube videos, and it's been really cool seeing the growth of the channel over the past little bit from continuing this series. So to start off today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Solana ecosystem and the Sei ecosystem for kind of two different reasons. One, because Solana is absolutely all over my feed for different meme coin reasons, and I want to talk about that, but also because Sei NFTs are all over my timeline for various reasons, and we're getting to a point now where it is potentially about to skyrocket for Sei. As when we compare Solana, it's kind of crazy. So yesterday we went over a couple of different Solana collections, including Mad Lads, Clay Soars, OK Bears, which are here in terms when you're looking at the top market cap for Solana. And for the market cap, again, the top one is Mad Lads, and we didn't even really understand what the site was. It was talking about other people that were creating shows, but still was just art. I don't know. In 60 seconds, we couldn't even find that out. However, when you go over and you check out the top collections in terms of 24-hour sales volume for Sei on Pallet Exchange, it's $153,000. Now, when you look at this one for Mad Labs with the almost 4,000 soul, that's about $354,000. Okay, so that's like more than double what the Sei NFTs are at. But my point being is, Sei is completely new, just generating hype. Solana's been around for a while. There is way more users on the network, etc., and it's only double, and not excessively double, in terms of 24-hour volume for the top collection. Now, there's other ones here where if we go to the Tensorians, obviously it's basically double what the Mad Lads is, but I do think that it's interesting when you're comparing these two things. And the other thing that I find kind of odd is that anytime I follow anybody regarding Solana things, it seems that whatever they talked about yesterday or a week ago, it's a meme coin, and then immediately they're shifting gear and screaming about some other ones. So the lack of conviction, I don't know. I don't think it's there. I think everything within Solana, everybody's trying to buy the next hot potato, if you will. But Punk9059 here is saying the top 20 projects by market cap, the top 8 are all on ETH, 5 are PFP projects, and 3 are generative art. Mad Lads is the top Sol project at number 9. Mochaverse has entered at number 12 following today's pump, and Bitcoin Frogs and Node Monkeys fall off a bit on BTC weakness, and we'll talk a little bit about Bitcoin ordinals in a second. But market cap here, USD in the millions. Look at CryptoPunks up here. 1,500 million. Is that, I don't know if that's the way that I'm supposed to read it, but pretty crazy. So just in order here: CryptoPunks, BAYC, Pudgy Penguins, Autoglyphs, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Squiggles, Zuki, Fidenza, Mad Lads, Other Deed, Captains, Mochaverse, Coda, Tensorians, Bitcoin Frogs, Node Monkeys, D-Gods, Milady, Ringers, and Doodles. I really expect this to be shaken up a lot this year, as everybody's expecting these full products and everything to launch, but I'm not going to keep going over that same topic. So for Solana and the meme coin era, the big announcement or happening today is this when token. And so when you go and check out the When website here, a community coin to immortalize When culture. The first community coin based on fractional NFT. Using tech from Oval's NFT, we split Worm Meow's poem, A Love Letter to When Bros, into 1 trillion pieces that trade like normal Solana tokens. Each When token equals proportional ownership in Meow's poem. When was born to push the limits of Solana, the first community coin based on fractional NFT, the first official launch on Jupiter's LFG launchpad, the first NFT minted on the WNS NFT standard, an equal distribution to 1 million plus active Solana wallets. So again, there's over 1 million active wallets on Solana. What? How come the NFTs aren't doing better on there? I think Solana does end up kind of, whether it ends up being kind of focused on the gaming chain for the speed of it, or just the meme coin central for DeFi, both are possibilities, obviously, because ETH gas fees are just not it right now. But that is the update from the Solana side of things. If you guys are excited about meme coins, then there you go. Just quickly looking at the charts here, I felt like the entire week was mega bearish, like mega bearish. And so heading into the weekend, do we see this kind of rip later in this Friday? Potentially, but the fear and greed index was greed for quite some time, and now we are just sitting at neutral. Shay, good morning, good morning, good morning. Fun fact, over the past year, Bored Ape Yacht Club made up 18.15% of all trading volume on Ethereum. Are you ready for 2024? So why are we mentioning this? I think the notion of this being a fact when Bored Apes came out was not a thing. I don't think anybody thought, like, damn, for like the entirety of trading volumes within Ethereum, it would be this NFT project. But it was. And so every time that you see a partnership or something jumping on a chain, like yesterday we had Imaginary Ones announcing that they were partnered with Immutable, think for the entirety of Immutable's existence, what if Imaginary Ones ends up being such a strong percent of all trading volume on Immutable? Now, for that particular collection, probably unlikely to happen, but it kind of adds more notion of, okay, like these partnerships can end up having value if these collections decide to do pretty much everything on those chains. This is a piece you're going to have to think about for a second because there's a lot of FUD with it. In the comments, why aren't more projects distributing whitelists to long-term holders? Bored Apes who held down from $500,000. Pudgies that have been believers since mint. Azuki holders who stuck through 2 massive rounds of FUD. These are the people who will hold your NFTs, not alpha groups. So there's people in the comments saying, well, a lot of those people are in the red. Like, if you give them something, they're going to instantly dump it, which, I mean, okay, fair point. But it is interesting because on the early days when NFTs were kind of nascent or, you know, everything was launching, there was almost this connotation of, hey, we need to get the attention of the Bored Apes or this collection that's doing well. If we're a smaller community, let's do derivatives and pieces to attract those other collections. And it doesn't feel like anybody wants to do that anymore. And the other problem with this is we're seeing some smaller collections have collaborations, and Manga Larga coming through on that 24 months. Holy sheesh.
F ads.
Yo, thank you, sir. Hopefully you were able to see that and you didn't do that in the middle of an ad, but we're here and I appreciate you. But if Yuga goes out and they say, hey, we're going to partner with the collection, right? And I don't mean like have something within the Yugaverse, but like, hey, for our holders, if you're a part of this, you're able to mint, there's that risk of, okay, if something goes wrong, then you get blamed for it, yada, yada. So it's a lot easier for these smaller collections to offer some kind of an incentive for that. But it is kind of an interesting notion of, okay, what if these bigger collections were offered more whitelist for things? Now, another big Cool Cat sweep here, $74,000 US, 32 of them going. I still have no idea if Cool Cats people realize that they can get free root for being in the Futureverse ecosystem as a partnership, but I think eventually people will realize that. What $3,000 a month rent gets you in Paraguay? If you're on audio right now, just imagine a mansion with a pool in the back, a big bed, an entire closet that's open with glass doors that you can shove all of your unnecessary NFT merch into. $3,000. That looks pretty crazy. Maybe we're moving to Paraguay, or maybe we are going into a recession because nobody wants to leave their house like me. Coachella tickets went on sale Friday, January 19th. Coachella is just a big music festival. And 4 days later, tickets for the festival's first weekend are still up for grabs for the first time in a decade. Okay. Are we hitting the recession times? Are things going badly? Do people not want to leave? What is going on? Esports news. If you haven't seen, the Call of Duty Major 1 has begun. Minnesota Rocker taking last year's entire champions of the league, the New York Subliners, down 3-0 fashion. Tournament is spicy. Love to see it. Now, I wanted to highlight a collection here that I almost made a ridiculous trade for. Back when I had 2 Bored Apes, I was like, damn, I really like this Ghost collection. Maybe I'll end up getting one. So I was in talks with somebody and they really, really wanted to trade. And I don't know like how to word this, but it's crazy that, you know, we have this notion of, okay, like we want something And then it's like, okay, I agree with the people that say, oh, it's just, art, like screenshot it, do this, maybe get something that's like lesser here. But for these one of one pieces, do you believe that we are going to have a time where there is a renaissance for that we have these whales that have a whole bunch of money? I mean, if we go down here and we just like click on one, right? So this is like middle of the pack for ETH, $9,000. I think the art's amazing. There's a lot of other things that you could get though. If you go into the Ghost collections and you check out their other stuff, they have things that are smaller. But are we just using it as a profile? Do we care enough to own that, to have a profile? Do we try to reach out to that artist to get a custom piece that's different than it? Is it cool because it's a part of kind of a collective in there? And I've just been thinking a lot more and more about people that aren't in the space and how to kind of word things to them, that they look at this and they're like, hey, like, what, why don't you just screenshot it? And, you know, let's come up with some better arguments for that. Tom Sachs Rocket Factory. If you've never heard of this collection, basically, Tom Sachs is a scientist, and he, I don't know how he got the rights to all the different collections, but there was like Simpsons, 7-Eleven in here, chocolate bars, Snickers, yada yada, and Marlboros if you're a smoker, Wonder Bread, and they had basically a rocket that they launched in person at an event. There was a lot of people that went out. It was like done in a park, and these things used to go for an insane amount, as you can see, with only 907 items, total volume upwards of almost 2,500 ETH, which is a lot. The floor price for these are still up there, but this was something that if you are newer to the space, you might not have realized, but this at a time had a crazy amount of demand. Highest sales here for Okapi, 115 WETH. 115 WETH for this Tiffany and Co. Maybe this was Tiffany and Co. that actually bought it. When we check out the transaction at the time, or well, I guess so. At the time, it was worth 335,000, but right now it's worth 261,000 if you're going to take that Ethereum. And then OpenSea also made $42,000 off royalties on that. And sorry, let me zoom this in because I don't know if it does that right. But this is, so currently it's about 32,000, but at the time, OpenSea made $41,000 off a single trade. So when you see all these people that are saying, hey, when OpenSea token, when give back, when anything, OpenSea is sitting on bucket loads of cash unless they burnt through all of that money that they got during the previous NFT bull run. This is going to age so poorly. I'm not even going to wait 6 months or a year and retweet this. I'll do it now and try to save you. Ooh, this person says ordinal buyers at this point are exit liquidity. The argument here is that for Bitcoin ordinals, if Bitcoin skyrockets, there's more people on Bitcoin than pretty much everywhere else. People are going to want to get in these NFTs. And one of the reasons why ETH NFTs do get such a big volume is because a lot of us, I mean, I'm speaking for myself here, but there was a big cluster that got introduced to ETH NFTs as there was so much going on at a time that was relatively stagnant after the Top Shot Moon. I think a lot of people forget how many hundreds of thousands of people use that Top Shot platform. They got offboarded at a time when ETH NFTs were really picking up, and there's a lot of attraction, comfort there as well, is what the word would probably be best to describe that. But looking at Bitcoin ordinals, it's something that I'm like, okay, I don't really care about, but there's a lot of people that do have Bitcoin that are like, hey, this is going to be easy for me to get into the NFT space. I've heard about it. Where do I get into? Now, it seems like ordinals, almost everything is like a more expensive mint. And I haven't really seen a lot of people say, oh yeah, Bitcoin ordinals, there was a rug on this or a rug on that, because it seems like almost all of them are strictly art-based. But I generally agree, like, for Bitcoin ordinals, it's going to be a thing. Same with Solana NFTs, same with Sei NFTs, same with ETH NFTs. I don't think anything right now is necessarily like an exit liquidity. Maybe the excitement won't be there as much for like another month or something. Let's just say randomly, but I mean, the future's multi-chain, right? You never know. Here's everything you need to know about Ahead of the Game episode 35 from Go Gala Games. So again, Gala's a huge player within the space. I think if some of their games end up really popping off, they could be huge for the space, but Gala Chain SDK has gone live. Film product AMA has been recorded and is publicly available on the Gala Films Discord. Go Gala Music has now enabled tipping artists. You can now show even more support to your favorite artists. And this takes me back to a point where A few years ago, I really like this band called Courage My Love. They were like a 3-person band, and I think they went another direction, not entirely sure, but the way that they hosted shows was some random third-party site that you could like pay $5 to $20 for. They offered tipping afterwards. It was really scuffed setup. Like it didn't feel like it was all that good. But for this, again, Go Gala Music, if we have a point where they're able to streamline shows for things, have tipping artists, integration, I think that the blockchain aspect of things really makes things interesting. The Walking Dead Empire is one of the big IPs that Gala Games has, and for one of their games, we'll have a game update this week. Keep your eyes and ears peeled. Common Ground WLD, which is a play-to-earn strategy game, which I think this used to be the Farmland Town Star, maybe, unless they renamed it. There was a leak for the new biome, and we also had the meta leak in Riddle form. Also, the town hall is 8 a.m. Pacific. There's also progress in CGW. Miranda's game, Austin, Texas, open to everyone to attend. The venue will be announced soon, and here's the new wallpaper for Wallpaper Wednesday. GGO game launches on the 30th. Claim owners will have access the day before. And again, this is a single ecosystems announcement as we're rolling into February. I think a lot of stuff is going to come out from everybody. One Universe, the Mystic box sale is happening now with 800 in supply, 600 in the Gala store, and 100 each on iOS and Android. Poker Go Play Week 19 sweepstake winners have been announced. Play Epic Season 2 has started, and Season 1 rewards. It's a 4X/turn-based RPG game brought to you by Gala Games. Legends Reborn, a strategic card game about building decks and taking on all challengers. Art has been finalized in the action card NFT minting is in the progress, and game will launch in early March. There's a whole lot more stuff still after that one. Bam! What's going on, Ray? But this is a single ecosystem. All I'm wanting to try to highlight here is that shit is happening, people. If you're not paying attention, January has been like announcements of announcements, if you know what I mean, but things are really starting to pick up there. And as I've continued to mention, we keep seeing mega sweeps and different things. Whales are feeling more comfortable. NFTs are catching a bid. A new wallet, Hipponymous, has swept a bunch of MFers, including a zombie for 4.25, pilot helmet 2.5, purple hat 1.29, top hat 1.2. That sounds so weird that we're just buying stuff off trades. Imagine telling that to any of your friends. Crazy stuff. And yesterday we talked a lot about partnerships, or maybe it was the day before. I don't remember. And this is interesting because everybody's wanting to get attention with things and having these collaborations. But Ronin and Axie Infinity are partnering up with CoinGecko to launch a raffle. We've teamed up with Axie Infinity to give away 559 Axie NFTs. Simply redeem a raffle ticket and answer the quiz correctly to stand a chance to win. The candies required 300. I don't know what the hell that means. Candies, probably something to do with Coinbase themselves. But yeah, expect to see a lot more about that. I vehemently talked about how esports is in a weird spot and blockchain gaming can make things interesting. Now, one of the biggest esport leagues in the world is in Europe. They have a League of Legends tournament, and it kind of encompasses Europe. It's one of the most viewed leagues out there, and they I guess they let off like almost their entire production staff. So here's a list of known layoffs from the LEC, courtesy of the doc provided by BTW. Losing the executive producer, head of production, multiple engineers responsible for the back end, and 2/3 of the observer team is going to be rough. At least 27 people on LEC gone. Now, we saw where Twitter let go half of their staff and they were still able to run things, but we're also seeing, in the grander scheme of things, a whole bunch of people across the world getting mass layoffs. So, we talked earlier about the Coachella thing. We're seeing this. I mean, esports are taking a hit. Actual jobs are taking a hit. Like, holy, things are looking grim, ladies and gentlemen. Riot has spent years failing to sell media rights for esports, and Riot is like Riot Games, which also, to add, Tencent owns Riot Games for anybody that's in Futureverse, and we had that Tencent announcement. So this potentially could have some ripple effects, even though I know that's just letting certain people go. But Riot was working on this streaming platform to try to take a little bit away from Twitch, and has now canceled their streaming platform that they have been developing for years. They kept promising that this project would deliver more revenue. If I was a team owner, I would be livid. And the news, Riot Games canceled development on its internal streaming platform, Riot Esports News, REN, which could have competed with Twitch for esports viewing. The move has made a part was made a part of Riot's big layoff. So kind of sucks to see. And we're not having, I guess, a streaming platform for them, but thinking of Web3, remember Valhalla? They said that they were going to do a Web3 streaming platform. Okay, where the hell is the Valhalla Streamline? Yo, McLovin, what's going on, bro? Do you still have your apes? I have the one, yes, sir. So I'm a fraud for wearing this hat because I don't have the mutants anymore. But yesterday on the stream, we highlighted that somebody bought my other two and were like, he needs the set. And I'm like, no, I sold the set respectfully. Okay. I'm thinking about updating an illustration I made 2 years ago. Which collections are still active and which ones are missing? Okay, let's take a quick little look at this graphic here, ladies and gentlemen. The cute IP, the things that people were extremely hyped up about. Take a look at this. Which ones are still around? If you're on audio, they highlight Robotos, Cool Cats, Dead Fellas, pretty much everything that kind of had a bold outline with, I'd call it basic art. Not that it's bad, but just it's like, you know, emphasis on like singular kind of lines. Doodles, Metaverse Creatures, Little Lemon Friends, Fluffy Polar Bears, Rubber Duck Bath Party, Crypto Mories was a huge hyped up collection that kept seeing people yap about. Invisible Friends, Boys, Woodies. Thought Woodies were cool, but I'm pretty sure that isn't as popular as once was. Animo, Fox Fam, My Face is in the Way, but Mechaverse, Audie's Club, Letters by Vinny Hager, Wonder Pals, and then your NFT collection. So everybody's all about these cute IPs and whatnot. Take a look at these that are launched. You could argue all of them are cute. How many are doing well? How many don't exist? I mean, I guess you got to do your research on that. There you go. If you're new to the NFT space and you're trying to get your understanding of things, maybe screen cap these, go on OpenSea, try to look them up on X. See what you can find. See what people have done right in those collections. See what some have done wrong. Also, note what chains those various ones have launched on. Luca Nets here. Pudgy Penguins is leading the charge on what it means to build a global brand in Web3. In 2024, we will take blockchain technology, where it has gone before, it into the hearts and minds of everyday people. And this is a tweet from Pudgy themselves. In April 2022, we marked the beginning of a deeper relationship with our community by licensing Pudgy Penguins and Lil Pudgies from holders to Pudgy Toys. In 2023, these penguins pushed Web3 forward, selling 750,000 plus toys and reaching millions of people. Explore their journey below. So, wow, look at that. The licensed penguins were featured in top retailers around the world and sold over 750 toys in 7 months. They have Toys R Us, F.Y.E, Macy's, Walmart, Finac, SME Malaysia, Smith's, Hot Topic, EB Games. Yo, do you guys remember EB Games? Holy shit. The Pudgy Penguins and Little Pudgies in our toy line reached millions of people and visited 9 countries. They have a couple flags, just highlighting where. These penguins not only pushed forward the Pudgy Penguins brand, but they also shed a positive light on Web3 through winning multiple mainstream awards over legacy brands. And they have the #1 new release on Amazon for action figures, again in toy figure play sets, and again in stuffed animals. And then they won Toy Insider's top holiday toy of 2023, and then Toy Insider's toy of summer 2023. Pudgy Toys represented Web3 on a global stage, being recognized in top digital and physical media outlets, featured on Fox News, ABC News, Rolling Stone, Yahoo Finance, NBC, Good Morning America, Coffee with America, and Walmart. That, I think, arguably, I mean, obviously the sales and everything is really cool, but being able to break through on these mainstream media platforms, I've only ever really seen Gary Vee do it. Right? Like, honestly, think about it. How many times you've seen NFTs talked about. I think Zedrun, for some reason, popped up on one back in the craze before. But that, I think, the mainstream news aspect is very interesting to me. Over 55,000 accounts were created on Pudgy World, or Web3 experience, which puts blockchain technology in the hand of everyday consumers. And that's it for that Pudgy thread. Kind of neat. Talk is easy. Talk is comfortable. Talk is cheap. Action is hard, action is uncomfortable, action brings value. And that's why we're here every day bringing you these X feed. If you enjoy them, make sure to smash that like button, share it with one friend, wag me. From Alex Becker here, we are seeing some of the most aggressive large sales ever in crypto, which apparently the US government just announced that they're about to sell like $100 million or something crazy from the Mt. Gox situation. Huh? So crypto's getting funded to all hell on top of these massive fees. We talked yesterday. If you missed the stream, go check it, because we talked about how Coinbase is going to make a killing off the fees on Coinbase as a stock is way down. More in depth on that yesterday's X feed. And the result is a mild dip for crypto, with the sells mostly being completely absorbed, unfazed, moisturized, in my zone, and bullish here. Coming in from Alex Becker again, a huge YouTube channel. All right, Distress Pickle, what's going on, brother? Saying Shillerverse, are we back? And it's a Genesis plot sale. Or, sorry, pertaining to like Pudgy, Bored Apes, why aren't more collections getting these bigger attentions, right, in terms of mint? And you can see right here for this, Mutant Ape Yacht Club's included, Bored Ape Yacht Club included, Bored Ape Yacht Club included. There's going to be a claim pass for them for Serum City. The founder of this is Leor, who's one of the owners of the Mega Mutant, Mr. Crypto. Are we back, baby? Damn it, we might be. And they're just kind of highlighting their game here. And the reason that I'm highlighting this and kind of we're going to end the show with is because this is the first thing that I've seen of them saying, hey, we're launching our game experience and passes here in February. January, the FOMO, the excitement, the rejuvenation, everybody's felt it in 2024. And now things are about to shape up even more so as we're going into February and things are really about to pop off. Sure, crypto's taking this kind of weird notion and fluctuation, and I do agree to a point. Depending on what crypto does as a whole, we might see some influxes within NFTs, but is there a chance, and this hasn't been brought up in a while, is there a chance that we see NFT and Web3 gaming break through whatever crypto trends happen? If Bitcoin and ETH kind of don't do anything, do we see these coins that are involved with it, the NFTs involved with it, explode? There might be a good chance of that. There might be a good chance of that. That's going to be it for this edition of XFeed. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Obviously, today is Friday. We got the Call of Duty Major 1 series continuing today. If you watch that, I'm going to be tuning in later. So hope you enjoy your day. And of course, if you do have any friends that are in the Web3 space and you think that they might enjoy the stream, please share it along. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. And on Twitch, you guys are great. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk soon. Peace.